You may be familiar with Princess Kate Middleton of Wales, the young Princess Charlotte of Wales and, of course, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, but not far away in the peninsular country of Greece lives a little-known royal compatriot, Princess Tatiana of Greece and Denmark. Before Kate and Meghan walked down the aisle and into the English history books, Tatiana Blatnik became every little girl's dream symbol at Disney, marrying a Greek royal in 2010, via Greek royalty. The humble royal not only represents a nation far more lush and Mediterranean than misty Old England, but she also has a history that rivals that of Meghan Markle in terms of cross-cultural intrigue. Princess Tatiana's journey to royal status from South America to the United States and Europe is an odyssey of aristocratic family drama and transatlantic moves, leading to her fairy-tale happy ending as Prince Nikolaos of Greece, a man who won Tatiana's heart and convinced her to give up her life as a commoner. While Princess Tatiana may consider herself lucky to have been able to avoid the international media attention that someone like Meghan Markle attracted by getting involved with the king's son, especially now that she and Prince Harry have released their Netflix exposé Harry and Meghan, the truth about Princess Tatiana's journey from working woman to Greek royalty is also able to inspire women around the world. Although her original royal connections date back to the German aristocracy, Tatiana was born in Caracas, Venezuela. However, her family soon moved to Switzerland, and that is where she spent most of her youth, according to Vogue. The family is incredibly international. Her mother is German and her late father was Slovenian. Princess Tatiana's father died when she was young, according to Royal Central. She was raised by her mother and stepfather, who later led her into marriage at her wedding. Tatiana lived a magical life with her brother Boris Blatnik. Together they grew up among the blue bloods of Switzerland. As a teenager, she attended Aiglon College, a coeducational private boarding school located in the Swiss Alps, where she learned attentiveness and teamwork, according to Aiglon. However, the travel gene seems to have taken hold of Tatiana as well, as the future princess soon traveled to America to attend college, studying sociology at Georgetown University. Her brother, on the other hand, made Switzerland his home, working as the CEO of Conne Suisse, a major European CBD brand. Before she was whisked away to life with the responsibilities of a princess, Tatiana lived and worked in London as an event planner. Her boss was none other than renowned Belgian fashion designer Diane van Furstenberg, via Vanity Fair. We can assume the two women had a lot in common, as Furstenberg also studied in Geneva and claims to be related to the German royal family, having been married to Prince Egon von Furstenberg of the House of Furstenberg from 1969 to 1983. Tatiana's skills as an event planner were on full display while preparing for her marriage to Prince Nikolaos of Greece. In fact, it was the workload of planning the royal wedding that forced Tatiana to say goodbye to the Furstenberg firm. Hello reports that the countdown to the royal wedding began days in advance, starting with a cocktail party by the water, where guests sipped champagne and strawberry cocktails, Tatiana's favorites. When Tatiana married Prince Nikolaos of Greece in 2010 and officially became Princess Tatiana, they said their vows in front of 350 visitors on the beautiful Greek island of Spetses, via Hello. The guest list for the ceremony included several monarchs from across Europe, including royalty from Sweden and Spain. This is not surprising, given that Nikolaos' royal heritage dates back to Queen Victoria of England, according to Love to Know. Although her reign officially ended with her death in 1901, Town and Country published a report in 2022 that illustrates how much of the world's surviving monarchies derive from Queen Victoria's genealogical tree. Tatiana, in particular, is married to a double descendant of the Queen due to the fact that Prince Nikolaos' mother and father, King Constantine II and Queen Anne-Marie, are third cousins, according to Royal Central. For this reason, the wedding of Tatiana and Nikolaos was a real star-studded event. Among the wedding guests were European royalty such as King Felipe and his wife icon of style, Queen Letizia of Spain, Nikolaos' aunt, Queen Sofia of Spain, as well as King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands and his wife Queen Maxima. Princess Tatiana and Prince Nikolaos have no children. Contrary to centuries of royal tradition, Princess Tatiana, 42, and her husband Prince Nikolaos have decided not to have children, according to the Greek royal family. As the second son of the former king, Nikolaos and his bride may have been less strong to continue the family line. However, whatever the story of their choice, Tatiana and Nikolaos represent a growing wave of 21st-century couples who enjoy life as a duo. As members of a large family, Tatiana and Nikolaos are nonetheless surrounded by young people. Nikolaos has 4 siblings, 2 of whom have given the couple several nieces and nephews, according to Royal Central. Tatiana also seems to have a close relationship with her brother's 2 children, Nico and Alexa. Sharing family vacation photos on Instagram in 2021, the Greek princess wrote, "Being an aunt is one of the biggest blessings in my life. My niece and nephew bring so much joy and happiness to everyone in our family. Of my years and are some of the best teachers, constantly teaching me new things. She will never be Queen Tatiana." If you are familiar with any Disney movie, you might assume that the natural progression of someone with the title Princess Tatiana of Greece and Denmark would be to eventually receive the title Queen Tatiana of Greece and Denmark. However, the real story of Tatiana's ascent to royalty is a bit different than what we see in pop culture. In 1974, the Greek monarchy was abolished, nullifying any claim to the throne by Tatiana and Nikolaos previously, via the New York Times. However, even if the Greek nation had not changed its political system, there was still one important figure standing in the way. Born 2 years before Nikolaos, the prince's older brother, Crown Prince Pavlos, was declared heir after his birth on May 20, 1967, via the New York Times. Without the 1974 referendum, it would have been Pavlos, not Nikolaos, who would have been in line for the throne after their father's death. However, no matter how negligible the chances of becoming Queen Tatiana of Greece, you can never say never. King Paul I, the grandfather of Nikolaos, was the 3rd son of King Constantine, through the Greek royal family. Britannica reports that it was not until the death of his 2 older brothers that Paul was crowned king. So in a different timeline, with a few Disney twists of fate, it's possible that we could count Queen Tatiana of Greece among the ruling monarchs of the world. Wait a minute, if the Greek monarchy was abolished in 1974, is Tatiana even a real princess? The answer is complicated. Greece's modern political history, writes Vogue, is chaos, coups and counter-coups, civil war, assassinations, strikes, juntas. The royal family of Greece was constantly thrown into these historical squalls. King Constantine too came to the throne in 1964 after the death of his father, King Paul I, according to Britannica. The newly crowned Constantine, a young man of only 24, was a symbol of hope for many. However, tensions left over from the recent civil war led to a military coup in 1967, according to Town and Country. After the failed counter-coup, Constantine and his family fled the country, initially finding refuge in Italy, according to Today. It was a turbulent time for the family. Recalling his escape from Greece, Constantine told Town and Country, "We had less than 3 minutes of fuel when we landed. I had to borrow $300 from my valet to fill up the plane, and my brother-in-law, King Juan, had to send me clothes." The family will remain in exile for the next 46 years, and the Greek people no longer recognize them as their royal family, via The Guardian. Although Tatiana is still known as the Princess of Greece, this title is not recognized by the Greek government. She did not visit Greece until 2004. When Athens hosted the 2004 Olympics, Prince Nikolaos and his parents returned home for the first time in decades. A report published by Today called Nikolaos the most eligible prince in London. However, Tatiana, his girlfriend at the time, discreetly accompanied him on the trip. Speaking to Vogue in 2016, Tatiana recalled that first visit to Athens as a turning point in their relationship. "Coming here was very emotional," she said, "extremely emotional because Nikolaos was so attached to the idea of Greece and couldn't get enough of it. One night I was exhausted and wanted to go to bed, but he pleaded with me. No, please, I have to watch every sunset and every sunrise. I've dreamed of this all my life." The 2004 Olympics ushered Greece into a new era, leading not only to the construction of the Eleftherios Venizelos International Airport, but also to the long-awaited introduction of the country's exiled royal family through the Olympics. Enveloped in the patriotic spectacle that accompanies any summer games, the Greek public began to soften toward the royal family, paving the way for their return. In a 2004 conversation with Katie Couric, King Constantine II said, "People were so kind to us, wherever we went, the atmosphere changed dramatically, for today." Nikolaos and Tatiana officially moved to Athens in 2013, and the king and queen followed a few months later.